Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from Lone Race channel. Welcome back to my channel. My voice is still scratching and raspy. I apologize for that, but I did tell you guys that I was going to review some of my favorite couples from Temptation Island that stood out to me, and I wanted to analyze and just, get on here and get my thoughts and talk about, what the couple is here for. Like I told you, I was going to watch what the couple is here on the island, what they're trying to figure out for their relationship, and I wasn't going to watch the journey on the island because, like I said, I already watched the season. I was going to watch why they're here, what they want to fix on for their relationship, and watch the final bonfire and listen to their conversations and things of that nature. But before I even get into my first couple that I did watch, I actually watched two couples. So I watched my favorite couple from season 4. They're going to be the first couple I analyzed on why they were here, what they were trying to fix, and their final bonfire. And then I watched my other favorite couple from season 1, the couple that has been together since they've been 19, which is Evan and Casey. So they will be up next. I wanted to do that tonight, but I'm making this video at 9:44, so it's already kind of late. So I would do them tomorrow. But I did want to say that I do want to make a Degrassi video talking about Zig and Esme's relationship and why I really can't stand it whenever I watch Degrassi Next Class. I'm really trying to understand why the fuck they were together for so long. Because I really want to know and I need to understand. But you know what? This isn't about Degrassi. Let's get to the topic of hand. So, Temptation Island Season 4. Temptation Island Season 4, when I watched season, I always used to say the season was really, uninteresting. But I didn't really mean that because, I'm not going to lie, Season 3 definitely drew me away from the series. Season 3 was very uninteresting. It was very boring, and I feel like most of the stuff they were doing, they were copying and pasting from last season. So, I just, for the most part, really wasn't interested. I only liked one couple from there, and even as much as I liked the couple in Season 3, they still wasn't really all that interesting to me to come on here and talk about them or make a video. I remember in Season 4 saying that I thought that, that it was really a mid-season. However, when I went back to watch Season 4, maybe a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, I completely regret that. I think Season 4 is a fantastic season. Did I find all the couples to be interesting? Maybe not all of them. I only found one couple to be really interesting to me. It seemed like as the seasons went on, that came to be the ideal, I guess, that only one couple stood out and was really interesting compared to the rest. So Season 4, the only couple I really found interesting enough to get on here and talk about is Edgar and Gillian. They have been together since they both were 17. They're college sweethearts. Edgar is 23 years old at this time, and and Gillian was, I think, even, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. I don't know if it's Gillian or Gillian. I think I'm going to say Gillian. Gillian was 21. She was either 21 or 22. So Gillian and Edgar came to the island to feel more secure in the relationship. Gillian does not feel safe, secure, or feel like she's committed enough to want to make that next step with her relationship with Edgar as far as marriage. She does not feel comfortable settling down with a guy that she's been with since she's been 17 years old when it comes to marriage, where Edgar's mindset is that he wants them to fix on what they need to fix as a relationship to where there could possibly be a possibility where they could get married one day and things like that. So we figure out that Gillian wants to know, should she be single in her 20s or should she continue this relationship with Edgar and, things of that nature. It turns out that she's also having a really hard time trusting Edgar because of the infidelity on his side. Well, they both broke in the trust. When they both were on the island, they had that conversation with Mark. They both expressed that they broke in the trust, but they never really said what was that made her break the trust. It was always just about what he did. It was never about what she did, and I really hated that because I feel like the show tried to make Edgar look like a bad guy, and I don't think that at all. Did he make mistakes? 100%. But he's a fucking human. Me personally, I don't look at cheating as a mistake. That's a choice. You when you cheat on someone, you chose to make that choice. We're gonna fuck to take accountability for our actions. And to her, I don't think if she felt like him taking accountability, I don't know if she felt like him apologizing wouldn't take with enough accountability, but I feel like he absolutely loved me, and he gave her a promise ring to to tell her things were going to be different. The thing is with Gillian, no, now that we know they're here on the island, Edgar wants to get the relationship back to the surface that it was, where they both feel secure and safe, where they can trust each other. She's still trying to look past the infidelity that he has done in their relationship. She wants to know if she should be alone in her 20s, or should she be in a relationship with Edgar where they could possibly talk about marriage. She wants to not be so codependent on Edgar and just try to be independent. There was something that she mentioned to the guy Tommy that made me realize what type of woman that she is. She said that she's kind of used to men chasing her. So when Tommy, the guy that she grew a connection with on the island, wouldn't chase her or draw some attention to her, it made her act, it made her feel like, I feel like she thought she was all that in the bag of chips. There's nothing wrong with a woman feeling like she's gorgeous, but when it comes to you feeling like you got this ego to where you like a man should just chase you because you're beauty, you really need to wake the fuck up. Tommy, I think he had more like a mature mindset. Why should we do anything on this island serious when I already know that there's a possibility that you might not be leaving with me? You're probably going to be leaving alone. Like he said, her being so young, he don't want to be with her because of that. I think she was 24, 25. Gillian is 21. She's just not being able to be at the legal age to drink. Come on now. No. He is 100% right for not starting something with her. And just because a man says he doesn't like chasing a woman doesn't mean he has an ego problem. You're the one with the ego problem because you think a nigga should chase you because you're beautiful. No, it's because that's something you're used to. Doesn't mean every man you're going to encounter with is going to chase you because of your beauty. You feel me? Something I just want to mention. I know that might be completely irrelevant, but it's something I wanted to mention for the fact. Now, when it comes to the tank of their bonfire, I listened to both of their sides, and I'm going to give my opinion on both of them. First of all, with Gillian, as a woman, I've never been cheated on, but I know for a fact, I think I have grew this irritation with a woman who feels like they don't have a choice or an option. I understand it's not easy to walk away from someone you love, and you feel like if you do, then you never loved them. The best you can do is try to make it work. But if you know you're never going to forgive your partner for what they've done, why even try to pretend like you actually want to work on it? I'm not telling you to forget it, but I'm telling you, can you at least not hold on to the resentment? Like, when you look at me, all you see is resentment. When you look at me, all you see is the guy who cheated on you. I want you to look beyond that. I want to work back your trust. I want us to get back to that root of our relationship where we can trust each other. You feel me? And I feel like with Edgar, I feel like she really knew she was never going to get past the cheating. And I honestly did feel like she brought him to the island because she wanted him to fuck up. That's just how I feel. I feel like she was talking. She was being so manipulative and gaslighting. She was trying to flip the script and made it seem like just because of she basically was telling Edgar that the things that made him upset they weren't as big for him to cry or be so upset, and that he cheated, so that was something bigger. Just because something physically is what he did that hurt her doesn't mean it was the same thing for him. Like he said, the kissing and everything like that is not what upset him. It isn't what made him cry. Her speaking so dismissively about the ring, speaking so dismissively about the relationship, say he was this, say he was that, that made him cry because it put him so much of an emotional turmoil just in the first night of the island. You know what I mean? Like he said, I didn't get upset when you kissed Tommy, but looking at him with these eyes of love, that hurt way more if you had sex with him. Looking at him with this look of love, like he could possibly be a soulmate, something of that nature, that hurt way more than anything. And I think she was trying to invalidate his pain. She seemed like just because the kissing or whatever, it wasn't, whatever he did, that wasn't what made her upset. Okay. And then she tried to make it like, oh, but you risked hurting me. Like, you didn't think about what would hurt me. Did you hurt him? Yes, y'all both for each other. You did shit and he did shit. Y'all both for each other on your journey on the island, period. Just because he slept with someone, that doesn't mean if you would have slept with someone, that would have hurt him. He just told you. You speaking dismissively about the ring. Looking at Tommy, the eyes of love, that hurt. Being in the shower with him, that hurt. Even though you and him didn't have sex, that's still intimate. And it's something her fucking mindset tends to not understand. Getting in the shower with someone, that's intimate. Y'all don't gotta have sex, and that's a lot of people tend to forget that there's a lot of things you could do. There's a lot of ways you can show intimacy without it having to be sex. Getting in the shower, that's intimate if it isn't with your partner. That's intimate. Doing things out of love, that's their love languages, that isn't with your partner, that's intimate. So even if she felt like, oh, I didn't sleep with Tommy, so it shouldn't have hurt him, you still got in the shower with this nigga butt ass naked in the shower. He got to see your body. Come on now. Stop talking to me. Stop it. Just stop it. It's like she took no accountability. It's like she acts like her shit didn't stink. It's like she just wanted Edgar to take blame for everything. She acts like she did nothing wrong. She hurt him too, just because she might have done it in ways where she hurt him too, even if it might be something she might not understand, just because she thinks that the way she might have hurt him is smaller compared to what he did. You know, like sleeping with someone. Yes, that obviously hurts. That's really huge. But, you know, you being like belittling your partner and putting him down and shit like that, that also hurts. Me personally, I feel like she should have broke up with Edgar. I 100% agree with him when he said that. I absolutely do think that she was lying to him for months about loving him. I think she brought him on an island where he could be tempted with beautiful women so he could fuck up, so therefore she could really have a reason to leave him. Because she knew there was no way in hell he was going to fuck up had they not come to the island. And that's like manipulative as fuck. You already know that on this island is testing our relationship. This is even a deal, or this is going to even make y'all survive your relationship, or it's going to break our relationship. So she put him on this island. She wanted him to fuck up. She 100% did. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. People gonna say, "Oh, you reading too much into it." No, I'm not. She brought Edgar onto the island so she could make she brought him onto the island because she wanted him to fuck up. That's just how I feel, because I feel like in a relationship you should not have to give the person you're with an ultimatum for real. Either you want to be with me or you don't. And if you already had this mindset where you knew that our relationship was never going to be the same again, or you knew you were never going to be able to be with me the way you want to be because I cheated, you should let me go. Period. You do not owe me anything. I understand that I've fucked up. I understand that I fucked up by cheating. So if that's the case, if I already knew I fucked up by cheating, you had the opportunity to say, I don't really think our relationship is going to get back on track because of you cheating. Then you could have just said that then. I understand. You don't owe nobody nothing just because your relationship with them. You absolutely don't. You gave them all the beautiful years, all the beautiful memories, all that shit, and they threw all that away for one night just to cheat. You don't owe them anything. You already gave them the best of your life, all of that. Like she said, he was the first man who challenged her, who broke down the walls that she didn't build up. He was her first everything. And the moment he cheated, she did not feel safe. She did not feel secure. And I don't think she was ever going to get back that. Even had he not fucked up, I feel like their relationship still would have been rocky. I feel like had Edgar not cheated and they would have left the island together, I don't think him and Gillian would have worked because she was never going to try to forgive him. I don't think she was was going to ever get past the infidelity. I don't think she was ever going to try to. They still wouldn't have worked. So for her to just automatically think, oh, that the connection between him and Marissa was a physical thing, no. Nothing happened between him and Marissa at all until the second half, towards the end of the show. For the most part, she was just there for him as a friend. They connected emotionally before they ever did anything physically. And I think when you become friends with someone, the connection and everything, it just builds up. So Gillian, for her to just think, oh, it was something physical, and just say, oh, I don't understand why you couldn't just have sex with Marissa until all this was over. Okay, I understand that, but at the same time, this is Temptation Island. We're here to make connections or not. Are we here to explore every option for our relationship? Okay, that's what we came here for. Not saying that excuse cheating or whatnot. Me personally, if I was on Temptation Island and me and my partner are separated for 3 days, I would look at it as if we're breaking up for now. You feel me? You're single, I'm single. If we're going to go into this, I'm going to give it 100%. I'm going to give it 100%. I don't know how to go 80. I don't know how to go 90. I only know how to do 100. So if there was a possibility where my significant other wants to take me on Temptation Island and test me, I feel like all the handcuffs and all that has to be broken off. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, if we're here to actually test our relationship, then that's fucking test it. And if whatever I do on the island, you should not hold it against me, because that is what we're here for. We're here to test our relationship. Like, I just don't understand. You know what I mean? I don't get it. So, I really don't. I feel like Edgar and Gillian wouldn't have worked regardless had he not cheated. And you feel me? Like I said, I feel like the show really try to make it seem like a bad guy. When honestly, I feel like he is a sweet guy. I do understand that, you know, he needs to get his own shit together. Being in a relationship is definitely not what he needed right now. Even though he left the island with Marissa, he was still emotionally attached to Gillian. You feel me? So my thing is with Gillian, she really made it feel like that him and Marissa, we only had something physical. No, they connected emotionally first, and she just, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't like women like that. I don't like women who blame men for everything. I don't. And they act like they never did anything wrong. Just because you cheated on a relationship don't mean you were perfect. That's just how I feel. Just because you got cheated on a relationship don't mean you were perfect. Don't mean your shit didn't stink. Don't mean you didn't do anything wrong. It don't mean anything. Now, I don't mean I'm condoning the cheating, but at the same time, people who say it takes two to ruin a relationship, sometimes that is the case, but sometimes it does just take one person. You feel me? But like I said, she brought him onto the island because she wanted him to fuck up. She did. She wanted him to fuck up so therefore she could have a reason to break up with him and not want to be with him. Instead of just telling him months before they got to the island that, you know what, I really don't even want to be with you for real. But I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to force it because we've been together since we've been 17, so she felt like she owed him, which you don't. You don't owe nobody nothing. And at the end of the day, like I said, I don't think anybody you're in a relationship with, you should have to give them an ultimatum. If you're giving anyone your relationship with an ultimatum, that means they're second guessing you. Period. I shouldn't have to give nobody in a relationship with me an ultimatum. It really comes down to two things. Do you want me, or do you want me to let your ass go? It's simple as that. I shouldn't have to give you an ultimatum to marry me. I shouldn't have to do any of that shit. I should not have to do it. There's no way in hell to me that I think you could be with someone since 17 or 19 and not know if you want to be with them for the rest of your life. You just want to hog up their life and just take away their 20s and all that, possibly their 30s and never put a ring on their finger. How is that fair? Why should a woman have to wait for a man to be ready or whatever the case may be? What about what they want? What they want should matter too, period. If you know you ain't ready to get married, let me go so I can find a man who wants to put a ring on my finger. I'm not about to be sitting back in my fucking 40s or 50s still not getting married. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. So, yeah, I ain't really want to say too much. That's all I really want to say. I'm going to catch y'all on my next